There is one very, very big issue which has been touched on and talked about this week, which is critical, is this unrealised tax on capital gains, unrealised capital gains tax on your superannuation. This is for super accounts over 3 million. It's unindexed, which means as the years go by, more and more people fall into that bracket, particularly younger people who aren't aware of what awaits them. Unrealised capital gains is the reverse of capitalism. It is the absolute nadir, if you like, of how communism and socialism is permeating through our economic system, James. We have this idea that the Australian Tax Office can just conjure up out of thin air whatever profits they say you've made and then tax you on it.
This is so sinister, and I want to walk everybody through why this is so sinister, because we're starting to see a lot of pushback in the media now. You know, obviously Jim Chalmers' office is out there briefing journalists and saying, no, it's not that big a deal. It is a really, really, really big deal for a number of reasons. Not just the fact that it is going to tax unrealized gains. That is to say, gains that, might be valued in something that's not liquid like shares, but you're going to have to pay a tax on, and which may go down in the future. So if you've invested in a business, a small business, if your farm is structured, and a lot of people in the agricultural industry have their farm structured through super for this very reason. That's all over. The family farm, and again, we know how much left-wing governments hate independent family farms. They just, they want to destroy them in every sort of which way they can. But, beyond that, too, the way the regulations are written, and if you read Robert Gottliebson in The Australian on this stuff, he's really, really good. He's really scary. The regulations that are going to enable this shift are written in such a loose way, guys, that they could eventually go and turn around and be used to tax other asset classes, including the family home. So this is the real thing. And they say, oh, this is small, this is reasonable. It's just a few people at the very top end, but it's not just the indexation. And we know how bad indexation is, but it is also the fact that once they wedge in this little principle, then I guarantee you the next step is going to be the family home, and they are going to use the intergenerational resentment they have been stoking over home ownership to come after people who have earned money in the home that they paid for, and that they are planning on using the wealth that's grown out of that for their retirement. And it is extremely sinister stuff, and it is going to be divisive, and it's going to be used for an intergenerational scare campaign, the likes you've never seen, to keep Labor bolted in power. Just watch.